What's up guys, it's your boy Zeli here bringing you another tier list video. Today we're going to be ranking all of Ash Ketchum's travel companions from the Pokemon anime, ranging all the way from his journey through Kanto to his final in Pokemon Ultimate Journeys. Before I jump into this video, I opened this and immediately was cracked up by the fact that look at all of these. You have all of Ash's companions with like full face and view, some of them are doing a cool action like Brock, and then you got Go, bro. Look at Go. They didn't even put his full face in screen. Like they are clearly whoever made this tier list was on the same type of time as me because honestly that's what Go deserves. I do not mess with Go at all. And clearly whoever made this thought the same as me because these they put the top of his head, bro. Look at the top of his head. That's crazy. Anyway, back to back to the topic of the video. Obviously, we're gonna be ranking these companions, as how they were for Ash as friends, how they did to, help him on his journey and everything of that sort overall ranking. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put them in tiers A through D first, and at the very end we're going to decide which one of them get that S tier spot. So since we're on the topic of Go, let's go ahead and start with Go. And like already, bruh, D tier. Go is literally the worst travel companion, and I don't have to spend any like extra time explaining this. I have an entire video, boom, throw that up on the screen right now. I have an entire video explaining why Go is literally not just like the worst companion, literally one of the worst characters in the Pokemon anime. He does not help Ash that much in his goals. All he does is cry all the time and whine. He is not nice to his Pokemon. He did not deserve to catch a Suicune or a Reggie. And generally, every time that he's on screen, he was annoying. In fact, one of the comments from that video, I'll go ahead and put it up on screen right now too, that pretty much sums it up. Bro just needed to go away. But yeah, that's my opinions on Go. I'm sorry if you like Go, but Jude, like he was just an annoying character, so I'm sorry. But yeah, Go is D tier. Let's move over to Brock. I think Brock is definitely A tier. Remember, we're gonna do S tiers at the end, so no one's going straight to S tier. Brock is definitely in contention for that. He traveled with Ash in 4 different regions, from Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh, and he came back at the very end of the Pokemon anime in the epilogue to aim to be a Pokemon Master. So he's pretty solid. He would cook for Ash back when bro didn't know what he was doing. He was obviously Ash's first gym battle. He's taught him a lot throughout his journeys. He's been there. He's helped him out of tough situations. Um, yeah, Brock is a solid pick. He was really, really good companion. Not much more to say there. Which one do we want to do next? Let's go with Lana. I think Lana is a solid B. Ooh, I want to put her in C because I remember there was one thing that really pissed me off, and that was that she got the EV that Ash should have gotten. Ash 100% deserved that EV. She should not have gotten that. And I remember when like they literally spent so much time building it up, and then she caught it. I was like, bro, what you talking about? Like you talking about like we thought Ash was finally gonna get his own EV, and then she stole it. Low key, C tier. For that reason alone, like overall she was fine, but she's probably to me the weakest link of the Alola gang. Um, yeah, she just didn't really cut it for me. She was decent. Another C tier, Iris. Iris for some people will probably be in D tier. In fact, I want to say 75% of people will put her in D tier. I say C tier because she does get a redemption arc in Journeys, and also like yes, she was annoying calling Ash a little kid all the time, but I don't know. I still thought that she was a cool character. She had cool Pokemon like Excadrill, obviously Axew evolving up to Haxorus. And I mean, she battled Cynthia and put up a fight against Cynthia, which makes her a pretty cool and pretty formidable traveling companion. Maybe not in the region that she was necessarily in, but she did decent. And I feel like that somewhat makes her up and pulls her out of D tier. Um, because yeah, it was pretty annoying how she would be, but it is what it is. I think she gets at least C tier in my books. But another Unova companion, Silon, I no, because he's not as bad as Go. Go is the worst. Again, I'm gonna give him C tier. He's kind of a knockoff Brock. He's not bad in any way. He just doesn't stand out to me too much. Like I'm not sitting there like, oh my gosh, Silon, my Go. Like Silon was there. He did his thing. He made a cameo back in Journeys. He was cool. But like I'm not out here. No one's out here like thinking that Silon is the best character of all time. So we're gonna drop him in C tier. Um, this video is so different than when I rank themes because usually those take so much longer because you like pick one, listen to the theme for like 2 or 3 minutes, come in, rank it, and then go to the next one. This one we're already ranked 5 people. But continuing on, let's go back to another Alola character. I want to do Mallow. Mallow for me is a solid B. Actually, no. I think that it's hard between Mallow and Lily. Low key, I feel like they're on par, and they're either both B or they're either both A, and that's because they actually had really good storylines surrounding them. I think we'll see where the other ones stack up before we decide for sure on these two. But they're definitely between the two. And like obviously Mallow's storyline with her mother and running the restaurant, and then Lily's storyline with her entire family, there was just a lot to unpack there. And obviously there's a whole storyline of her returning in journeys that makes it build up even more. Low-key, she might. I think she just does outclass Mallow because her story was developed a little bit more longer. Yes, Mallow's I think was way more emotional, but it was only one episode where we had like that super big impact and it was only in Alola. Lily's storyline continued in Alola and then was a focal point in Journeys as well. So I think she's definitely A. She does just go above Mallow there. Um, Back to another Alola gang, Kiawe. Kiawe is up there. Like he is solid. Like I think what I really liked about Kiawe was his respect for Ash. Like he was a really powerful trainer, but he respected that Ash was too. And so like yes, they were friends, but he also thought of him as somewhat of a rival. And so like he would do anything for him, but they helped each other get stronger too. So I always thought that was pretty cool. And I think he's definitely up there. Like these two are probably my favorite out of the Alola gang. And I know Kukui isn't on here because he's a professor, so he doesn't necessarily count in that, but he was literally one of the best, probably the only father figure, but an amazing father figure to Ash too. So I figured I might as well mention that here while we're on the topic of Alola. Um, and, why don't we wrap out the final one while we're here as well, and we'll go with Sophocles. I think kind of on par with Mallow. He's not like he's not annoying to me like some of these were, and I think he had some more memorable storylines, everything with like Vikavolt and everything. But not the most impactful necessarily. I kind of want to put him into C. He's kind of more of a silent to me actually. More of a silent and Lana. Like these three of the Alola gang, I remember the most. These two are like all right. Alola gang overall was very solid. There wasn't that many that were like disliked or anything. These two are definitely probably the weakest of them, but they were still good characters. Um, but let's continue on to some of our more OG characters, and let's go with May. Definitely A tier, instant A tier. May was an amazing companion. She was the first female companion we got after Misty, who was Ash's original a female traveling companion. And May was amazing just because of how much she pursued her own goals, like becoming a contest coordinator. Like she did such an amazing job, and she got so far in her very first try throughout the region. She was a very happy-go-lucky character. I kind of want to put like Dawn up there for some of the same reasons I'm saying right now as well. Like both of them excelled in the contests. They were super great in that. But for me, I think I like Dawn a little bit better just because of her happy-go-lucky personality and her and Piplup and everything. Like she probably is one of the most faithful companions to Ash. We're talking about Dawn now, just because she's like the only one out of everyone on this list that went to his finals match versus Leon in the World Championships, and that's got to count for something. Like she is definitely up there. Not even Brock was there for that. But that's why Sinnoh Gang is so solid. Like you said, at the top of A tier, Brock and Dawn are already there. But I want to cut off May. Back to talking about May. She is again solid A tier. I always loved her storylines, and she had to put up with this dude right here, who is he was a lot of people hate Max. I don't hate him, but like he's not amazing. He's kind of the same as Iris for me. Like I have fond memories of the character, but he was annoying and like how he would disrespect Ash. There's a video that I recently released talking about him and comparing him to the character of Bonnie, who is definitely B tier for me. I don't particularly love either character, but Bonnie has a more solid storyline. She plays a role in the team player arc. Again, there's an entire video if you guys want to check out the comparison between Bonnie and Max. Max is just slightly lower in there for me because he was a little bit more annoying, whereas Bonnie was kind of more of a solid character and could hold her own right. So that's why they kind of rank that way for me. But again, Bonnie was never on the level of these characters of impact for me. And if we're ranking within the tier, May is definitely up there, especially nostalgia-wise. Like it's just she's overall a better character when you compare them. But continuing on, we only have 5 more to rank. Yeah, these videos go way faster when it's not ranking themes, I guess. I just happen to rank those a lot more. Check out the playlist if you guys want to see any more of those videos. But anyway, back to this one. Who do we want to do next? Clement. I actually really liked the character of Clement. Clement had a super solid storyline. We literally meet him in like the very beginning of Kalos, where he's lost control of his gym. He travels with Ash, and then it comes back to him taking over his gym and challenging Ash to a super epic battle, which makes him a formidable opponent. And then him and Bonnie's goodbye to Ash is literally such an emotional moment at the end of XYZ. So I genuinely like that holds a special place in my heart along with XYZ. He was a really solid traveling companion. So definitely a tier for Clement. And Tracy, I'm gonna go to give him a B. he was only there for the Orange Islands, a pretty short arc, but he was a cool companion. Like he did the research and like the drawings and everything. Like I thought it was pretty cool. He had the Scyther, the Meryl. Um, nothing really bad to say about him. Solid character, just like Mallow and Bonnie. Not really any negative tropes like some of the characters down here might be given sometimes. He was pretty chill. I like Tracy. And Chloe, I almost want to put her in D tier, but like the fact I just despise Go so much that he deserves his own terrible tier. Hold on. Can I add a row? Go equals trash. What color have we not used? Okay, it's already done that. There we go. Oh wait, no, I didn't mean to edit this one. That one can stay as D tier. This can be Go equals trash. And voila. We have our own tier for Go, and then she can go there. Again, she's just not really a developed character. She has this whole journey with all the EVs, but it doesn't really necessarily go anywhere. Go is worse just because he's super annoying, but like Chloe doesn't really do a whole lot either. So she's pretty much a D tier character, but I just dislike Go way more. So he gets his own tier now. Um, these two, not much of an argument here. Obviously, are going to go into A tier, but let's talk about them a little bit individually. Misty, obviously, first is Ash's first female traveling companion. Also a water type gym leader. Later in the Alola anime, she masters Mega Evolution. She's there for a big chunk of the storyline. We're talking for Kanto, Orange Islands, and Johto. She makes an appearance in Hoenn. Obviously, just mentioned, makes an appearance in Alola, and comes back for Journeys at the very end with Brock for and be a Pokemon Master. Super solid. Some of the original movies, she plays big roles in them, especially in Pokemon Movie 2000, which I recently did a video on. She plays a huge role in that movie. She literally saves Ash from like drowning at some point. Like she literally swims out into like these stormy waters to save Ash. Like solid companion, she'd do anything for him. And the dynamic between them was always funny. How like they would never accept liking each other, but they definitely did. And it was really cool to see her come back for the final arc in the anime. And Serena, obviously a well-liked a controversial character, but I think overall well-liked. Some people can get annoyed, I think, because of the Amore shipping and all of that. But she was a really good character, along like very similar trope to Dawn in May. With originally she started her journey not really knowing what she was doing, which kind of was similar for May. Whereas Dawn knew that she was gonna kind of do the contest because her mom did them. But Serena was very much like a May character wherein she didn't know what she was doing when she started her journey, but she really grew into that own right, and she had the transformative thing where she changed her appearance, cut the hair, and everything like that. So I don't know, it was cool. It was cool to see Serena's development. I thought she was a really solid character. She's pretty much on par with May for me. Some people would probably put her immediately in S because they are Amore shippers. I never really was, but I think that she's a solid character. But now we are nearing the end of the video. It is time for us to rank our S tier slots. So here we're going to be picking from A tier, and I think in contention, a lot of these are. I think these two Alola ones are solid. I think Clement as well. The rest five are probably who are in contention for S tier. They really were there for a lot of Ash's journey, a lot of pivotal moments. But I want to say our first S tier spot goes to Dawn. Dawn is definitely Ash's most faithful traveling companion, like for the reasons I mentioned earlier in this video, but I'll say it again, like she really cheers him on all the time. In the Sinnoh anime, she always goes against Paul whenever he trash talks Ash. She's literally like the only companion that returns for his finals match versus Leon. Like she literally flies all the way to Galar for that. Like Dawn goes to the Galar region. That is reliability. And she has an arc in Journeys around the time when Diamond and Pearl remakes were releasing, and she plays a role in that as well. So solid character, came back in a lot of Journeys, was really always Ash's biggest supporter. So definitely S tier spot. And I think Brock as well, just because like I said, for how much he was there of the journey, making appearances in Kanto all the way through Sinnoh. He had a cameo with Silon like near the end of Unova. Like Ash wasn't there, but they met each other again in Journeys. He was there in Alola. Really solid character. And then Misty as well for the nostalgia. Definitely S tier characters up here. And it's hard for me to rank them in order of who are the best. If I had to do it, it might be something like this, but this is in no particular order. They're all S tier characters. They were super supportive of Ash. They helped him on his journey in multiple ways, and they were solid characters in their own right. Two of them were gym leaders. One of them is a super successful contest performer, and they made for some really great story beats and storylines. So yeah, that is my ranking of all of Ash Ketchum's traveling companions throughout the Pokemon anime. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's been your boy Eli. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.